Some men dream of comfort. Others dream of peace. But Derek Johnson, he dreamed of justice. And justice would cost him everything. Derek was born in the heart of a neighborhood where poverty wasn't just an obstacle. It was a wall. Broken schools, abandoned buildings and streets, patrolled more by fear than opportunity. Still, Derek believed he could rise. His mother often told him, "Son, if you see something wrong, you don't walk past it. You stand up to it." Those words stayed with him. He studied late into the night, working odd jobs to keep the lights on at home. Against all odds, he earned a scholarship. 4 years later, he walked across a graduation stage with honors. For many, that was the finish line. For Derek, it was just the beginning. Back in his community, Derek saw the same struggles he grew up with. Schools underfunded, youth programs abandoned, housing crumbling. He decided he couldn't sit back. He started small, organizing food drives, tutoring kids, volunteering at shelters. But the more he gave, the more he realized charity wasn't enough. The system itself was broken, and someone needed to fix it. Derek ran community meetings. He called out officials who ignored his neighborhood. He filed petitions demanding equal resources. People began to notice him. Crowds grew at his speeches. Hope spread, and that's when the pushback began. At first, it was subtle. A permit for a community center was suddenly denied. City funds promised for a park never arrived. Paperwork lost in offices. Then came the whispers. Anonymous calls in the middle of the night. Stop what you're doing before it's too late. Strange cars parked outside his home. His mother begged him to be careful. But Derek wouldn't stop. He believed silence was the enemy of justice. One day, Derek uncovered something bigger than he ever imagined. Hidden in city budgets, he found millions of dollars meant for community programs, but the money never reached the people. It had been siphoned away by officials lining their own pockets. This was the proof he needed. With these documents, he could expose the truth. He told his friends,
"Good evening, council members.
This is it. Once this comes out, everything changes."
Friends,
but word must have
neighbors,
spread,
and fellow
because the
citizens.
night before his press conference, his office was broken into. Computers gone, files shredded, his evidence wiped away. Anyone else might have given up, but Derek stood tall. He wasn't fighting for himself.
This is a new
He
day
was
for
fighting
our
for every
city.
child,
Liar!
every family, every unheard
Liar!
voice in his community. At the next city council
How
meeting,
dare you!
Derek walked in with no documents, no slideshow, no backup. Just his voice. The chamber was packed. Neighbors, teachers, workers, all sat in silence as Derek stepped to the podium. He didn't hesitate. He named the officials. He told the stories of families who had suffered because of greed. He demanded justice, face to face, in the one place the powerful thought they were untouchable. Gasps filled the room. Some
This
called
is a
him a
new
liar.
day for our
Others
city.
sat pale,
Liar!
unable to look him in the eye.
Liar!
But Derek's words cut deeper than any paper trail.
How dare you!
That night, he walked out of the chamber with cheers ringing behind him. But he also walked out with enemies. Days later, Derek was found dead. The report said
And
accident,
the anonymous phone
but
calls
the community
and strange
didn't believe it.
cars.
Not for a second. His friends remembered the threats. His family recalled the warnings, and everyone knew he had exposed too much to live without consequence. The city tried to move on quickly, but the people wouldn't let Derek's name fade. They marched in his honor. They chanted his words. His story spread beyond the neighborhood, beyond the city, until the whole nation knew the name Derek Johnson. Some say Derek lost, that the system swallowed him whole. But they're wrong, because Derek's courage sparked something larger than fear. His death ignited movements that pushed harder than ever before. Lawsuits were reopened, investigations launched, and young leaders, kids who once sat in his tutoring sessions, rose up to carry his torch. Derek didn't live to see the change, but his fight planted the seed, and that seed grew into a tree no one could cut down.
But you can
He fought
never
the system,
silence
and he
justice.
paid the ultimate price. But his sacrifice proved a truth that will never
You
die.
can silence a
You can
man,
silence a man,
but you
can
can
never
never
silence
silence
justice.
justice.
If Derek's story moved you, share it with someone today. Subscribe for more powerful stories, and together, let's make sure voices like his are never forgotten.